Hello, friends. I'm Brian, and this is Gizmo Board Games. Today, I'm going to talk about 5 games or components from games that kind of defy expectations, or at least kind of put a twist on a style, what you expect from the game. I know at least one of these has been mentioned before numerous times, and I'll just kind of do these alphabetically by game title as my thought. But these are just games where something didn't feel as advertised necessarily, and that's not bad, not good. That's just a statement I'm making about these things, and we'll kind of get into it as I explain it. But again, 5 games or components from games that kind of defied or put a twist on expectations. So the first game I no longer own. I used to own it, but I don't anymore, so I don't have anything to really display unless I put an overlay in from some BGG pictures. The rest of them I'll kind of show off a little bit what I'm talking about. But the first game is Beast. It's a hidden movement game, one versus many, where one person is the beast and everybody else plays kind of the townsfolk chasing after the beast, or not, because that's where the twist of the game comes from. Is it's a hidden movement game, but the beast has to make itself appear. It's got to attack things to generate the currency in the game to buy better and better, stronger abilities, and to meet the certain objectives depending on which beast it is. So I got the game thinking it was going to be those one versus many hidden movement, Fury of Dracula or Letters from Whitechapel type game, and it really was not that. It's not a hidden movement except for maybe a turn or two where the beast is, moving again. But generally, it's kind of a cat and mouse game more than a hidden movement game, and that the beast is going to pop up somewhere and try to eat some villagers maybe, or livestock or whatever, to generate the points. And the hunters are trying to hunt it down, but they've always got kind of an idea roughly about where the beast is. And this one fell flat for me, unlike some of these other games that I still have. This one fell flat because I wanted it to be that where's the beast, how are we going to track it down type game. And even if you're off the mark, you think the beast went left and the beast went right, wait a turn and the beast will show you that, oh, he's over there, and then you just go kind of try to corner it again. So not the most exciting game for me. It was interesting. I really did like the art in the game and everything. It felt like it had a lot of promise, but for me that one fell flat and I got rid of it. Not the case for the rest of these. As we move on to my next one, let me grab my mess over here. The next one I have is Come Together, and this one for me, this is a component that kind of defies expectation. It's a worker placement game, and usually with worker placements you have meeples, and in this game you do have meeples. I got a bag of meeples right here. But in this game, the meeples aren't the workers; they're actually kind of the currency of the game. You're collecting meeples to they're the visitors to your festival, and you're using them to bring you income to the festival. They're currency. They're things you need to fulfill certain objectives. The workers in this game are just these discs, and namely a big disc too. But yeah, so an interesting twist on it in that the workers aren't the meeples, and the meeples are the currency, and then your workers are just the discs, which are usually currency. So for me, I don't know that this is like defying of expectations or anything, but I thought that's a neat twist on what you're using as the workers versus what you're using as the currency, and that just, it makes it more interesting when you're bringing out baggies of meeples that aren't the workers. So that's why Come Together is on the board here. The next one also involves meeples, and that's Discordia. In Discordia, you've got, again, a bag of meeples, as I have here, that you may or may not be able to see. Inside this bag is just a bunch of meeples. And in this game, the meeples are all in the bag, and you're pulling out a certain number of them every round into your area, and you're trying to get rid of them. I've mentioned this game numerous times in the past, but I just like that twist on you're getting rid of meeples in this game. You're doing what you can to not have meeples in a game. I really like that. I just think it's a fun, unique twist on normal playstyle, normal concepts of what you're doing with meeples. You're usually trying to gather them and earn them and do special things with them. But in Discordia, It's reversed. You're actually trying to use them to make them go away. So I really think that's just a neat twist too, and I promise the next two don't involve meeples. The next one, alphabetically, actually is the one that's been talked about a ton in the past ever since it came out, and that is Tapestry, the civilization game. No, Tapestry is not really a civilization game. Yes, there are civilizations in them. Yes, you're using those civilizations for their special powers. You are moving through eras, but really this is just a tracks game that happens to have a civilization theme. Pull up the board here, and yep, there's a land, but also you see around every edge are tracks, and that's what you're doing. You're moving up the tracks to earn things that you need to build your civilization a little bit, but you're not advancing a civilization so much as you're just using random tapestry cards that infect your civilization for an era or a round, if you will, and then you're getting a different one, and it's all random. The only thing that's not random is your starting, power, civilization, whatever. It could have been a starting power. They didn't have to make it a civilization. This is a tracks game that's called a civilization game. I enjoy the game a lot, so I'm not bashing the game in any way, shape, or form. But when I think of a civilization game, I'm thinking, I'm building from a dark age and then working my way through technological ages and getting my civilization stronger and stronger. And there's hints of that because of the tracks in this, because as you get further and further on the track, you are advancing. But if you stay at the beginning of the other track, then you're not advancing too. So really, it's odd. It's a tracks game. It's a work your way up tracks game. I like the game. I don't really feel like it's a civilization game, and there's lots of other videos that go way back to whenever this game came out, 2017, 18-ish would be my guess, that also talk about this isn't a civilization game. So this isn't an outlier on this list, but it's a game that I did want to talk about for defying expectations. And lastly, the fifth game that defied expectations is a button-shy game. This pocket game, 18 cards. I don't want to show too much. I think that's just all the rules anyway, so I'm not spoiling anything. This is a legacy game. 18 cards, legacy game. Legacy games usually come in big boxes where there are boxes in boxes that you don't open until you reach certain points on the story beat. You're learning new rules as you go along. You're opening things. You're discovering things. There's legacy games. You think Pandemic Legacy, Clank Legacy. I haven't played that one yet. I really want to. You're adding stickers to the board. You're changing up the rules. You're writing on the cards and tearing up cards as you go, depending on the game. And you're making the game different from game to game based on your choices. How do you do that with 18 cards? Well, stickers for one, and that's the only spoilers I'm going to give you. I haven't played into this one a whole lot. I think I played about 3 or 4 rounds of the campaign. But you are adding a little bit of things to the game, so it is a campaign. You are building up, making changes to the game as you play, all still using the same 18 cards and a pack of stickers, basically. And that's all I get into with that. But this one really defied my expectations. When I first heard about it, I was super intrigued. I do love campaign games. I am a big fan of a lot of button-shy games, so I was really intrigued by it. And when I got it, it really kind of blew my mind with that. They did make it work, and that's crazy to think. An 18-card deck can also be a legacy game. You don't have to spend $70 on Charterstone or Pandemic Legacies. I recommend them for sure, 100%. Great legacy games, but you can also spend, I think, $15 and have a great legacy game as well. So that's a call out to all the other designers. Hey, come up with a legacy game that's more affordable. Let more people play legacy games. I'd love to see it. Anyway, those are the 5 games for now that kind of put a twist on my expectations, defied what I was thinking was coming in the game, and in some cases, and just, some things that do things differently. If you're looking for something like that, maybe check out one or all of these 5 games. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe below so you can check out more of my videos, and comment below about games and things that defied your expectations, and maybe I can cover them on a future list. I guess this was a list. I don't know. A future video of a similar concept. I would love to hear your opinions, your thoughts. So let me know in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Bye.